G'day everyone and welcome back to the Pokestraya YouTube channel. It's Jordan here, and today we're taking a look at Greninja in Standard with Octillery over Talonflame, which we'll talk about in just a moment. I do want to stress that I have never played Greninja outside of online. I just haven't taken it to a tournament. I never felt comfortable with the deck. I don't know if this is the best list, but I can say with some confidence that I think this is the best way to build Greninja for Standard. I think Talonflame has run its course. Octillery is just more consistent from what I've seen. With Talonflame, you kind of just have 3 dead cards in your deck, and you don't get that with Octillery. With Octillery, you get consistent draw power. You're consistently going to have cards, and I say consistent, we're talking about Greninja here. This deck is not consistent at all, as consistent as it can get, and I think Octillery is just, at this stage, the best partner with it. I think you kind of, when you play Talonflame, you miss a lot of the draw power that Octillery brings to the table. So today we're going to be taking a look at this interesting list, I would say. I don't really know how I feel about this list at this stage, but we're going to jump in and talk about it anyway. Starting with Greninja Break, Giant Water Shuriken is a fantastic ability on essentially what is a stage 3. Allows you to discard a water energy from your hand and do 60 damage to a Pokemon of your choosing on your opponent's side of the field. So things like Shaymin can easily be sniped. Just doing 60 to a Shaymin is fantastic. This ability is just really good. Discarding a water energy isn't too bad. You can easily get them back through several different ways. Moving on, there's not much really to talk about Greninja Break. 170 HP as well, which is very nice. Having to try and knock out a 170 HP Pokemon that you're not getting 2 prizes for is very annoying. Next up, we're going to be playing 3 Shadow Stitching Greninjas, or Moonlight Slash Greninja, or Breakpoint Greninja. 130 HP, stage 2, Shadow Stitching, 40 damage until the end of your opponent's next turn. Each Pokemon in play. Each Pokemon your opponent has in play in his or her hand and his or her discard pile has no abilities. This includes cards that come into play that turn. And then we have Moonlight Slashes, which is probably the more likely attack you'll be using. Does 60 damage. You can return a water energy from this Pokemon to your hand and do an extra 20, which is quite nice as well. The best thing about this card, and the reason why this deck, I think, a lot of people say Frogadier, part of the reason. I think the free retreat on this Greninja is so underrated and so good. This free retreat is just amazing in so many situations. It allows you to use multiple Greninja breaks and just retreat without a problem, without having to worry about getting knocked out early. We do also play one of this Greninja. This is a promo Greninja recently released. It is being dubbed the Garbodor Killer. I actually really like this Greninja as well. It is a bit different. It doesn't have the free retreat. We used to partner Greninja up with one of or 2 of XY Greninja. We don't have that anymore. This is probably your next best bet. It has the Aqua Shower attack, which does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, which I think is very good. I think in a Greninja deck where you're already spreading so much damage around, 20 to everything's pretty decent. When they try and retreat to get out of it, you don't really want a Giant Water Shuriken and put 60 on them. You just want to do that cheap 20 and knock them out that way. Aqua Shower can do that quite easily. It also sets up for multiple KOs in a lot of circumstances. It's just a really good attack, and I'm a huge fan of it. It also has a dual cut attack, which you're likely not to use all that much. As I said, Garbodor is a big problem for the deck. It's probably your best chance against it, believe it or not. There are other circumstances. You could like Lysander, Moonlight Slash, and then next turn Aqua Shower. That's one way. I actually don't even think I play Lysander. Never mind. Disregard that. I don't play Lysander, and I'll talk about why I don't play Lysander. So this is just the promo Greninja. It just came out. I'm testing this at this stage. I don't know how worthwhile it is to have in here. Then we play E4 for Froakie and Frogadier. Froakie first. Bubble, flip a coin. If heads, opponent's active Pokemon's paralyzed. You want to play this one just because it's better. And then for Frogadier, which, as I said earlier, it's the reason why this deck's good. It's the only reason why this deck's even considered good. Have you ever seen any other stage 2 break decks even do good? No, because they don't have water duplicates. This attack is phenomenal. Search your deck for up to 3 Frogadier and put them onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards. This is the whole reason why the deck works, is because you can easily get Frogadier out turn 2, turn 1 with this build actually, and start using these water duplicates, and then next turn you evolve 4 Greninjas and then 3 breaks, and bada boom, you've got your whole line out in 2 less turns or whatever. So this Frogadier is very, very good. The unfortunate thing is if you prize a piece, or if you have a Frogadier in hand, then you're not getting the full effect of water duplicates. And then along with this, I just play a 2-2 Octillery line. I don't think there's much to talk about Octillery, just Abyssal Hand Draw until we have 5 in our hand. Remoraid, you want to pay the Iron, pull 1 just to discard a Stadium if you need it. I just think in this format, I just feel like Octillery is better. I think in expanded Talonflame's much better because there's more options. There's things like Battle Compressor. I just felt when I was playing Talonflame, I was taking an already inconsistent deck, putting cards that were meant to help the consistency, but in a way kind of kill off the consistency when I got 3 dead cards in deck. Moving right along, not too much to talk about Octillery. It's just draw support. Onto our supporters, pretty small count. 4 Sycamore, just best draw support. 4 N, we like to play N when we are playing a slow deck, such as Greninja. We usually are going to drop the first 1, 2, even 3 prizes, and N can be huge. You could also cut this down to 3, play an Ace Trainer. I originally did have an Ace Trainer now. I just felt like N is a bit better. Yeah, I just like N more than Ace Trainer in this build. We do play 2 Wally as well. This allows us for a first turn Frogadier, or if we've got the Frogadier already or whatever, we water duplicates, we can evolve and then Wally into the break. I just really like Wally and Greninja. It's a card that was often played with Greninja. It allows us to evolve pretty much straight away. If you go second, you start Froakie, you Wally, you Energy, you get Frogadiers at turn 1. That's fantastic. That is what you aim to do. If you're lucky enough to draw those cards to do that. So Wally is just really good in Greninja, and it stops seeing play, and I like it in here, so I'm going to play a 2 of, especially with Octillery. I think it's easier to get the Wally off. 1 Pokemon Ranger, just because if you don't, you pretty much lose to Glaceon. There's no way around it. You have to Water Shuriken them 3 times. They're probably just going to retreat or heal or something, some way. There are other options for Ranger, but that's the main one, is just Glaceon Wall. Just stopping anything that annoys you, really. 1 Fisherman, sorry, put 4 basic energy cards from our discard pile into our hand. And that's it for the supporters. Now, I did make 1 omission here, and that was 1 Lysander. I just feel like Greninja doesn't need it. I think, especially if you're playing that promo Greninja, I'm already doing 60 to whatever I want. I can target the bench if I choose. And I've been able to hit everything for 20. What's the point of having Lysander in here? I just can't see it. The only way I would see Lysander being good is through Lysander stalling, which I don't even think is that good of a play this format when you've got things like Floatstone, Switches, Olympias floating around. I just feel like Lysander isn't really necessary in this deck. Moving along, we do play the 4 VS Seeker. That's a standard 4 Dive Ball. All of our Pokemon are Water Pokemon, so we can search for Water Pokemon. That's great. 2 Level Ball, because pretty much everything except for the Greninja and the Breaks we can get with the Level Ball. 2 Super Rods, because when our Pokemon get knocked out or when we're running out of energy, we want to be able to get them back. Super Rod is fantastic for that. 1 Energy Retrieval. This card is very flexible. This doesn't have to be an energy retrieval. This can be whatever you want it to be. This could be a rare candy. This could be the Lysander. This could be a 4th Bursting Balloon. This could be anything. I'm testing energy retrieval. I think it's quite nice in here. Just as a one-of when you need it. Rare candy is also a nice one-of when you need it. And that's the item count tool cards. 3 Bursting Balloon. I actually considered dropping this completely. I have decided to keep it in, but only at a count of 3. I just can't find the room for the 4th, and that's part of the reason why I'm thinking about dropping it completely. I just think, if I'm not playing 4, what's really the point? So again, this is kind of something in test. If our opponent decides to attack our Greninjas, does 6 damage counters, put 6 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon, This will either do one of two things. It'll either get 60 more damage on the board, or your opponent's going to try and Lysander around it. Either way, it's fine, because if they Lysander around this thing, that means they're not attacking the Pokemon that you were planning to attack with. So Bursting Bloom is just really, really good. We do have to play 2 Floatstone in here as well, just because we are playing a 2/2 Octillery. We don't want to be paying this 2 energy retreat cost. We just can't do it. 2 Faded Town, because Mega Pokemon are very, very popular at this stage. This could also be a 3-Elf if you choose to, or even a Rough Seas if you choose to. See some people play Rough Seas, see some people play Silent Lab, see some people play Faded Town. I just like Faded Town. I think it's very, very good. Putting 2 damage counters onto Megas, it's great. It's what Greninja loves doing. It's just a good card. A lot of Mega decks in the format at the moment, and takes advantage of it. 7 basic water energies. Our Giant Water Shurikens need basics, and 2 splash energies just to keep our Greninjas when they are knocked out. And that is Greninja Octillery. Now we're going to jump in and play a couple games with this and see how we go. Here we go. Just loading into the game now. Hopefully we can get some decent matchups for you guys today. Show off the deck quiz. Going up against an all lightning deck. Raikou Electro Jolteon's probably a likely case, although there's no Shaman. If it's Raikou Electrode, I'm not too phased by it. I don't think it's got a super good matchup against that. I think it's pretty even. Shadow Stitching could be big. Just shut off those Electrodes from knocking themselves out until I want them to knock themselves out. But again, we're going to have to wait and see. We were in the coin flip, so we are going to go first. Even though we do have that potential first turn Wally, you're still going to want to go first. Okay, so we are going to start Double Freaky. Oh, I like this hand. I like this hand a lot. Double Freaky. We got the Dive Ball. We can grab a Remoraid. We got a Faded Town if my opponent's playing Megas. Even if they're not, we can still play it. We got the Water Energy. We got an N or a Sycamore. Let's see, what is my opponent playing? Okay, so it looks like a Magnezone Raikou. Faded Town's pretty redundant here. I know my opponent doesn't really have any other draw support. Flash Energy. Is that still legal? I'm pretty sure it's standard. I thought Flash Energy rotated. Oh well. I thought it was some Phantom Forces. Okay, so we are going to draw 2 for the mulligans because we're going first, so we may as well find ourselves another Dive Ball. I don't particularly want to get more than just the 1 Remoraid down. We're going to see what we've prized here. So we do only have the 1 Remoraid. We've got 4 Frogadiers in deck, which is great. I'm just going to grab a Remoraid. Pop down the... I think I might keep the Stadium, actually. And I'm just going to go for an N here. We should be fine. I could have held on to that. Ooh, probably should have held on to that. It was a lot better than what I've currently got. Anyway, we do get the Floatstone down, so that's nice. And then we can just pass turn. This guy's not knocking us out this turn. He would need to somehow get this to the bench. Oh, my opponent just passing turn. I'm going to attach a Water Energy here, VS Seeker, and N. Hopefully we can find a Frogadier from this. Unfortunately for me, I've left only enough spaces to get... Oh, we'd only get 3. Okay, that is not good. I'm going to pass. I could have benched this guy, then I'm filling up my bench too much. It was just Froakies and there's no point. Next turn, we got the Guarantee. So my opponent... Okay, let's check out this Flash Energy. I know, it's Ancient Origins. So they are going to knock out 1 Froakie. That's okay. I do have a Wally, so I've got a Guarantee. I'm going to retreat into Froakie. I'm actually debating... I may as well play this guy down. We can put down the Bursting Bloom. Wally. Into the Frogadier. I reckon we keep this energy in hand. Because I don't really know what I want to do next turn. I'm just going to go for the water duplicates. Get down myself some 3 frogs. Next turn we can get a Greninja into play. Got the energy in hand. Gonna be able to start making some moves next turn. If my opponent attacks me, that's going to put 60 damage counters on them as well. They can Voltage Rush, hit us for 150. Here is the Magnemite coming out for my opponent. I would like to knock these things out before they become threats. I don't think Magnezone is too big of a deal. However, you never know. Search your deck for up to 4. Okay, so 4 Lightning Energies. Okay, now I know what Clement does. Alright, so 4 Lightning Energies to my opponent's hand, so I know they've only got 3 other cards. Oh, my opponent doesn't knock me out and take 60. But they do paralyze me, but that's okay because I can evolve. How much? I'm going to VS Seeker. I'm going to Wally. I'm going to grab myself a... This might be the wrong play. I'm going to grab myself a Greninja Break and knock out the Magnemite. It also does give us a HP buff. So we can Giant Water Shuriken, discard the energy, knock out this Magnemite. 60 damage to that. Take a prize. Find another water energy, which is okay. That's nice. I'm okay with that. And now we can 60, 80. How much damage is already on this thing? So it's got 210, got 60 on it. We can put it up to 120, then it can 90, then it's shiny stitching. Okay, so I think we're gonna go with. I think I'll just go with Moonlight Slash. I know my opponent doesn't really play any Shaman EX or anything. We'll return the energy to hand because why not? I'm probably actually. Yeah, that's a safe play because they could knock us out here. It looks like they're gonna go for the knockout, which is actually a little bit annoying. Because now it's like, I need to end and find myself a Greninja. My opponent has a secret rare VS Seeker as well. They do put themselves in a bad position though. Okay, so we are going to prevent the Remoraid. We're going to drop the energy. Now, I don't really like the idea of Sycamoring away a break in an energy. I'm going to just go for the N and hope. Oh, no. That's not good. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We're retreating to Froakie. We'll pass. Alright, so this is not good. This is thunderous. Man, it's tanking hard. If they somehow click the wrong attack, they'll knock themselves out. My opponent going to attach to the Blitzel and Shauna, drawing a fresh hand of 5. Thing is, they okay, yeah, now they're okay. I was gonna say they kind of have to go for the headlock, and they do flip heads, so they are knocking me out. Do I have a safer supporter? I don't really like the idea of playing Wally here. It just seems like a bad move. We find a level ball. Okay, so we can grab ourselves an Octillery, and now I'm a bit more confident because I'm gonna have this Octillery here. I'm gonna float stone one of these other Frogadiers. If I can find myself, if I can find myself the Greninja, we're knocking out anyway. I'm gonna attach here. I'm just gonna get rid of. We'll go for the N. I'm drawing 5. That's fine. All right. So what do we find? We find a Froakie. Okay, I shouldn't have done this. Not been good for us. Abyssal Hand. We're gonna draw 1 card. Can we find a Greninja? No, we cannot. It looks like. Froakie, you're taking a hit for us again, buddy. Next turn, I think I'm forced to VS Seeker and Wally. This is no... I just... You'd think. Actually, I don't even think I can afford to do it next turn. Oh no, 8 is still a knockout. They flip tails, though. That's frustrating. Now we find the Greninja. Wonderful. So now, what I'm going to have to do is... Greninja to start. Attach here. I don't have a Frogadier to Wally into, so I'm kind of forced to. I could have Bissell Hand and draw 1 and lock out and draw the Super. I'm just gonna Sycamore here. I could have end my opponent to. Oh, look at that! Would have found the Super Rod. Would have found it. Alright, so we're gonna shuffle back in. Frogadier, we'll take the Greninja and the break. And then I reckon we'll grab a Froakie and some energies with the other one. I'm just gonna burn cards. Hopefully, I can lucky out top deck the Frogadier. I'm going to Bursting Bloom the active just in case not. Getting that 60 damage on there could be pretty big. Abyssal Hand for 1 we miss. So I'm just going to pass. Alright, and in the meantime, they've put another Thunderous EX with the Lightning Energy, which I didn't even realize. So putting 60 on here is going to be pretty important. Another Clement from my opponent, Clement. So now, my opponent is still not knocking us out if they flip heads, but at least I have the VS to get the guarantee. I would just go for the Wally at this stage, because I have not been having luck from my ends. And that's 4 VS Seekers gone as well. Oof. Not been pretty. Alright, so we're paralyzed. We find ourselves another Greninja. That's cool. Yeah, I suppose we're gonna VS Seeker for the Wally. I'm just gonna play the safe game here, because I know if I end, I probably won't find it. We're just gonna Wally. I think this is probably the wrong option, but this Thunderous is ripping through me, and I haven't been able to answer back to it. I'm going to attach this here, so I can pick up the Greninja line whilst I'm done. When I'm done, it also means I can Abyssal Hand. Okay, so some supporters for next turn. Okay, retreat into this guy. Let's go for this Moonlight Slash. Let's take the basic water back. So I can pick this up, you know, get another Greninja down. And all of a sudden we're tied at the prizes. There's the other Greninja. That's nice. I like that. We also find another Wally, which is also quite nice. I'm going to see a Skylar from my opponent. So I can actually evolve this guy with the Float Zone into the other Greninja, which is going to be quite important. I think actually that's a nice combo. Float Zone does give us free retreat as well. So there we go, they knock out our Greninja. They take 50 for their attack. We're going to promote this guy, I think. Yeah, we're going to promote this guy. Pick up our line. Okay, so let's start all over again. So let's get this down. Let's get this down. Okay. Now, I don't think there's any way I can really... I could Wally find myself the break. Wally break energy. I'm still not going to be drawing enough. Could knock out this thing and then just kind of... Nah, I don't like that play. I reckon I'm just going to go energy onto this Greninja, because it's probably going to be better for me. Then N, my opponent. I've got Abyssal Hand, so I'm okay with doing this. Kind of just trying to find the break here. I am going to rebump the stadium as well, because my opponent only has 2 cards in hand. We do find the other Greninja, which is a bit of a shame, because I would have liked that here instead of this one. We do find the break and the energy, so we can... I'm not quite in for a knockout because of the Fury Belt, so I wonder if this is worth just taking this thing down. I think it might be. We're just going to Giant Water Shuriken. We go with the Fisherman for next turn as well. So, at this stage, I think we've got the game next turn. My opponent can't take 2 prizes in a turn. We find a Remoraid, which is cool. I can bench that next turn, Abyssal Hand to draw more cards if I need it. And we're just going to Moonlight Slash. My opponent, kind of in a bad situation now, because it's like, they can hit us for 150, knock us out, which is fine, but then they put 50 damage on themselves, and I don't even get knocked out. Sorry, I said I get knocked out, but I don't. They don't have much of a play, except for paralyzing us. But they flip heads to do the damage, so they're not paralyzing us. My opponent concedes. We win that turn. We also found the Dive Ball, so we could have got another breakout. We could have gone for this big, huge play. But alas, my opponent realized that they had lost. Their only chance then was to flip a Tails and paralyze us. Believe that or not. I think we'll play one more. I think that was it was a 13-minute game. Ooh, jeez, I hope this video isn't too long. We'll go for another game, however. Let's see how we can go. Like to play a variety of decks here, not just the one Magnezone Thunderous deck. Alright. Hopefully we don't bump into any Garbodor, though this deck is kind of built not to beat Garbodor, but at least to stand a chance against Garbodor. Still don't think it's a very good matchup. I still think a good Garbodor player can, or a good player in general, can still win against Greninja easily, with or without the Garbodor. Hex Maniac's huge. Okay, here we go, loading into the game now. Let's see what we are facing off against, and it looks like we are probably going to go up against the Mega Mewtwo with probably Garbodor. Not my luck. Psychic and Colorless. It's usually what the go is. I'm playing straight water, which is Octillery. Alright, so let's see how we can go. I think it's Mewtwo. I don't want to say that and it not be Mewtwo. It could not be Mewtwo. You never know. PTCGO thinks I have the advantage, so... we are going to start, which makes me feel like this isn't Mewtwo. And again, a decent start. I'm okay with this start. If it is... I forgot that we play Fatal Town. It's kind of helpful in the Mewtwo matchup. I'm okay with this start because we're going to be kind of in the same position we are last time. I think actually a bit better because we're not ending, we're Sycamoring. Alright, so let's see what my opponent is actually playing. I'm interested now because they didn't want to go first. Though they are playing Mewtwo. Okay, fair enough. We're going to drop the Fatal Town because I'm going to Sycamore. I didn't want to draw the end. I would have liked to draw something else. We're going to grab ourselves a Remoraid down. We do have both 2-2. We only really ever need one Octillery. Remoraid down, Floatstone down. Oh, I thought I put that on the Froakie. I got a bit worried. Sycamore. Draw a fresh hand of 7. Now they are also playing Lugia. Oh god, thank you for that. They're not knocking me out next turn. There's no way. Alright. Oh god. See, this is the problem with Greninja. Is hands like this. Alright, so my opponent is going to go for a Trainer's Mail. Interesting card that we don't play in. Here's Trainer's Mail. I don't think it needs it. Maybe it might because... God, I'm just not drawing very good. So there's a Scatter Shot for 30. Kind of a little annoying that I am going to go for an N. No, I'm going to keep... Oh, no, you know what? It's a card that we might not draw. We'll attach and then N. That'll do. Alright, I'm going to draw 7 cards. Can we find it? We do find it. How much of it have we prized? Depending on how much we've prized is depending on... If I drop... Oh, we don't have it. Alright, I'm keeping this Froakie in hand because I don't need it. Alright, so we're going to evolve to Frogadier. We're going to Bursting Bloom because my opponent's probably going to attack us. Get some more damage on the field. Our hand's pretty good now. Here we go. Water Duplicates. 3 Frogadiers on the field. Alright, next turn we are looking to get some Greninjas going. Start dealing some damage. If they attack us here, if they Mega Evolve, they'll get 20. If they attack us, I'll get 60. Phantom. Alright. They're playing Breakpoint Phantom. So that's okay because we don't really have energy on board. We just bounce it back up to ourselves. And there's an N from my opponent, which I'm okay with. I don't mind that. I can live with that. This could even give us a better hand, potentially. Nope, never mind. Oh, yeah, no. No, it's pretty average. Cresselia comes down. Mewtwo gets another energy. Mewtwo's going to knock us out here, but do they want to do that? Because they're going to take 6 aspect. No, they pass turn. Wow. I can't believe my opponent would pass turn. Why would you... Okay. Alright. Knowing my history, is the safe play to Wally into Greninja? I think it is. We're going to do it. Alright. I just don't feel confident with an N. Especially if my opponent's only got 3 cards in hand. We're just going to Wally into the Greninja. Just take it safe. We could Shadow Stitching, no real need to. We're going to Moonlight Slash, bounce that energy back to us, especially if we're in threat of a knockout, which at the moment we're not even, because they would need Mega, which they don't have, and even then Mega's only doing 70 damage. It's going to need Spirit Link, Mega, another energy. There's a Train's Mail. For a Super Rod, that's the first one as well. I doubt they'd play 2. They might. Double Colors comes down. They could damage swap us. That's kind of frustrating. Oh, they're going to try for the knockout on our little Remoraid. That's really frustrating, actually. I don't like that. Heal themselves up. That's not very nice. Alright, but... okay. Alright, what do? I could just Wally, get myself another Greninja. That's not bad. Let's set up for a potential next turn. What I am going to do is attach. I reckon, you know what, let's just do this. I feel like I'm not in any immediate danger. I can slowly set up my Greninjas. If I end, I could have found like 3 Greninjas, or 3 Greninjas. And I'm actually going to go for a Shadow Stitching here. And I feel like this is the right thing to do, because now they can't damage change knock out a Froakie or the Remoraid. Next time we could also Sycamore, which might actually be the better option. We do drop a VS if we do that. We haven't discarded one yet, so I'm okay with doing that. If we top deck another one, I will not be doing that. I think Sycamore is probably a better option. We can grab the breaks, hopefully off that. It's a couple of energies. Start dealing some damage to this Mega Mewtwo. Potentially knock it out. There is the Scatter Shot though, just doing 60 damage to us. Bringing us up to 90. Oh god, what did I say? Yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't have the guts. I'm not going to discard that much stuff. We do find... actually not a bad hand. Not a great hand, but not a bad hand. Because I can get Octillery. I'm just playing my energies out, which I hate having so much energy. Why do I have so many energies on board when I'm playing Greninja? That shouldn't happen. I should not have 4 energies attached. Okay, let's Abyssal Hand. Can we find a break? Because break would be great. We do not find a break. We do find a VS Seeker. That's okay. We can Super Rod. Probably should have saved that, in all honesty. I thought I had more in there. I do not. Shadow Stitching. This still means they can't Lycian or Octillery and knock it out. And if they damage swap, they'll have more on us. Okay. Yeah, that's the better play of the 2 options. They might not even attack Greninja now, which I'm okay with if they don't. I'd be glad if they didn't, because then I could potentially get 3 breaks down. They're going to end us up to 6 anyway. There we go. Finding some stuff now. I'm gonna have so many energies attached to a goddamn Greninja. I'm like 4 energies attached. Why do I have 4 energies on the board? That doesn't make sense. Alright, so we do have options for VS Seeker. I was meant to check that. Okay, so we can Sycamore. I've got the Splash. I don't like the Lugia. That's the problem that I'm having. Okay, so my opponent's just gonna go for the knockout straight away. Okay, so that means we're knocking something out this turn. Yeah, okay. We cannot just straight up knock this out, which I think I might just do. Try and take a prize. Yeah, let's take 2 prizes. Maybe we can find like a dive ball. Then we've got the energy retrievals. Then we've got more options for us. So we're gonna knock out this Mewtwo with the giant water shuriken. Take 2 prizes. We find an N and a water. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but okay. Splash. And then I don't want to N. Don't want to discard all this stuff though, but it looks like I'm going to. I'm gonna be a Seeker for the Sycamore. Alright, so I can Moonlight Slash bounce this energy back up to my hand, which is going to be nice. We can get this down, we can get this down, we can get a breakdown, we can Dive Bowl. I don't think, I see I should have saved that, I'm going to Fail Search just because I want to draw more cards with Octillery. I should have saved the Super Rod so I could have got a Froakie from there. Okay, cool. Bursting Balloon I think I keep. Yeah, I think I'm just going to hold this and then next turn go bananas and just destroy everything. Moonlight Slash here, we're going to pick up the energy. So this means we'll have 2 energies on board to use breaks. So we could... Don't really need to do anything to that. We could just like target down Lugia. We can target down whatever we want. Then Zubat's going next turn. I mean, I could win the game next turn, I think. No. So say if I get really lucky with a Greninja break, this Greninja flip 2 heads, well, I could potentially take 3 prizes next turn. So that's a play I could make. My opponent got a Super Rod. They're going back for that Mewtwo play. That's fair. Just Mewtwo and some Psychics. They've gone up into Cresselia, which does have the My Way, so if there's a stadium, it's got free retreat. That's okay. DC comes down, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and not knocking us out. Alright, so discount our stadium. Deep Hurricane, 160. Okay, let's... Oh, close one. I can do this. I can just Giant Water Shuriken and attack it. I just need 1 more energy. Okay, so let's figure this out. I can Giant Water Shuriken here or here, take a prize, then decide. 80, no, okay. So we're just gonna pile it up onto this guy. The risk that I want to take is, do I retreat into this guy? Yeah, I'm not risking it. I'm not risking. I'd rather do this. A Giant Water Shuriken onto the active. I have a Fisherman in the discard. I do have a Fisherman in the discard, okay. So this is great news for us. So we can Bursting Balloon here, because this is the one we're attacking with. We're going to VS Seeker, grab that Fisherman. This guarantees us the energy. Alright, that's much better than what I thought. I should have thought about that more and used Abyssal Hand before I Fisherman. That was a bad move. So we're going to attach here, retreat for 1. I can't retreat for 1. I'm an idiot. My opponent concedes. Yes! I misplayed and my opponent still concedes. Yeah, I kind of forgot that I can't retreat multiple times in a row. That's my bad. My opponent still concedes because they thought I had everything, but I didn't. That was Greninja Octillery standard format. I do prefer this over the Talonflame build. In my opinion, I think it's better. Unsure about a couple of certain cards in here. I think possibly the Stadium and Tools need some looking at. The other Octillery, the other Greninja, didn't really play it today. I still think it's worth it. For the one matchup that it's good, I think it's going to be worth it. That was Greninja Octillery. Thank you guys for watching this video. We got some Venusaurs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.